We all know the monetization systems in modern gaming haven't been super well received, and for good reason. But recently, Overwatch 2 has completely taken the cake for some of the worst monetization for all time. Today we're going to be focusing on microtransactions in video games, something that went from a system that was pretty much harmless back in the good old days, versus today where people are literally buying physical products that are cheaper than the real life thing in game. Only 18% of the people watching this video right now are actually subscribed to the channel. Don't be part of the 81%. Subscribe to the channel. You have nothing to lose for transactions of Overwatch 2. Now, of course, these kind of microtransactions aren't just happening in Overwatch 2. I don't want to specifically call out Overwatch 2 because plenty of games are doing this, but we're going to be focusing on Overwatch 2 today because it's been a big thing over the last couple weeks. So if you didn't know, the first Overwatch game was full price. They had loot boxes and you could pretty much earn everything in game for quote-unquote free. You know, you'd play the game, you'd earn loot boxes, and you'd cross your fingers that you'd unlock a new skin. And it sounds like a lot of people actually did that, especially with like event skins. They grind the game and they get loot boxes for special events and they get skins for free. But now there's a Halloween event currently going on in Overwatch, and there's this new character called Kiriko, and they released a witch skin for her. And I want you to take a second to guess the kind of price it would cost for a legendary skin in a free-to-play game. Now, we could take things like Fortnite and see like, hey, they used to be like 2,000, around 20 bucks, you know, and that sounds like the kind of golden standard, but they artificially inflated the price by adding a bunch of stupid crap to this bundle in Overwatch, and it's $25 when they say it's quote-unquote 29% off. So Jesus, they're actually trying to charge people like $30 to $35 for one skin in Overwatch 2. How can anyone think that is a good idea? How can anyone think that is a normal thing? And this isn't even half the problem. And so one of the big problems is that you can't buy any of the witch Kiriko things individually. You have to buy it as a bundle, and they don't actually offer any of the skins or little stupid charms individually, which actually apparently is illegal in some countries. Over on the Overwatch 2 subreddit, this was posted: the current monetization is illegal in multiple countries, including Australia. It might be possible to report them to your local consumers to protect authorities. This has 20,000 upvotes. I mean, the Overwatch 2 community is not happy, and I don't blame them. I mean, the monetization in Overwatch 2 is easily some of the worst in any single video game. $25 for one skin. I mean, I don't know if you guys remember, but I somehow missed monetization from like Black Ops 2, and that's when there were weapon skins that pretty much go on any single skin you wanted, any single weapon type, and it would cost like $2. Like, oh my gosh, I cannot believe that was like a decade ago. It's gotten so much worse now. And you know what? I know a lot of Overwatch 2 players are saying they prefer to go back to loot boxes. And if you don't understand how bad that is, people are preferring loot boxes with a random chance of getting something you want over paying $25 for a skin. You know you messed up when the community is asking for loot boxes. And honestly, I'm kind of split on this because I definitely like that Overwatch 2 went free to play. I mean, Overwatch 2 going free to play is the only reason I've been playing it. I mean, you can see in the gameplays in the background of my commentaries, but I wouldn't be playing it if it wasn't free to play. Like, I didn't play the first one, and video games are so damn expensive here in Canada, so I would have to spend $100 if Overwatch 2 came out at full price, and so I probably wouldn't be playing Overwatch 2 if it wasn't free to play. But this is honestly just ridiculous. I mean, $25 for one legendary skin. There's nothing even special about it. I mean, you know what? I saw someone make a good critique of her. Apparently Kiriko's like, she's like an Asian character, and so they were talking about how witch was a super weak option when they could have done like Asian mythology, and I completely agree with this. I mean, it's just simple witch bundle, and we've seen, you know, witch skins in all types of video games. It's very generic and not worth $25. I mean, especially, and not to be that guy, but like in this economy, you know, things are getting so expensive. Thing is, if it were me and skins in this game were like, let's say half the price, I feel like a lot more people would not only be okay with it, but would actually be buying it. Like if this Kiriko skin was like $10, I mean, hell, I might even get it. And it's it's pretty worthless considering it's a first person game where you can only see other players. And so it just makes no sense to charge $25 for this. And another post went viral over on the Overwatch subreddit that went super viral, having 55,000 upvotes. And this person posted a picture of them buying a Overwatch gun charm. You know, it's one of those little charms. They don't affect your gun or anything, but you can put it on your character, your weapon, and you know, people seem to like it. But they posted a screenshot of them buying the keychain for $5, you know, the physical keychain, and on Overwatch it's $7. In what world are a digital game cosmetics worth more than any physical keychain? I mean, seriously, it's a keychain in a video game that you can put on your fake character. You know, with a keychain in real life, you can throw it on your backpack, you can put it on your keys. It's worth so much more, in my opinion. And the fact that it somehow costs more to buy in game than it does in real life is very telling. I think these microtransactions are honestly just getting out of control. This is not the path I think a lot of people wanted to go down, and it gives free-to-play models a very bad look, especially when I think free-to-play has been a very good stepping stone. I mean, I think a great example of free-to-play is Fortnite. I know a lot of people don't like Fortnite, but their monetization system is very good. I mean, their battle pass has currency in it, not like Overwatch 2. And, you know, it's like $10 a month, and you can get enough battle pass. You can get enough like Fortnite V-Bucks in your battle pass, and if you save it, you can get the next battle pass. I mean, these are very consumer friendly, you know, ideas, but Overwatch 2 isn't implementing any of them. They're being the most anti-consumer they can be. And you know what, we mentioned how the skins back in Black Ops 2 were like $2, and nowadays you buy a weapon skin for one weapon and it's like $15. This went in a complete opposite way. I mean, Call of Duty and Overwatch are owned by the same company, you know, Activision Blizzard, and their greed is just insane. You know what, the amount of money they're making compared to, and I don't blame them for stopping. You know what, I mean, they're making so much money, they don't know what to do with it, but I think they're really going to drive off players. I will never buy a $25 skin in a video game unless it's like, it's the best skin I've ever seen, it's the coolest collab ever. But even then, I'd find it very hard to find myself paying half the price of a new video game for a skin in a video game. But that's just my thoughts. You can let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Yesterday, we made a video on an update on the TwitchCon situation with Adriana Sheck, where apparently some bad thing happened. She unfortunately had some complications with her surgery. This is an important update that I think you should watch, and you can click here to watch it now.